Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we are looking at Bitcoin US dollar index on the 4-hour time frame. And we are starting here at November 2021 at our previous all-time high. And we're just going to go through history here. I'm on a new chart that I've made where I can turn the channels on and off and have them grouped together so it's less cluttered. And I just want to go through a little Bitcoin price history here and their relationship to these channels. We have a set of green parallel channels you can see. We have some blue ones coming in at the bottom of the screen, and the dashed white line at the top is the all-time high. So you can see the interaction with these channels here on the 4-hour chart very clearly as we travel along through time. We are now heading, okay, so this was June. This was our June bottom, 2022. And a nice rally going on all summer there, and then fell down a little bit more, kind of sideways choppy action, but clearly interacting. Our price action is enclosed by these channels here. Now here's where the blue channel, there's a pair of blue channels overlaid on top of one another here, and this is where they start to come into play. And the bottom portion of the blue channel is the trend line that a lot of people refer to as our trend line of support, dating back to the bottom here in January of 23. You can see where, while price action is still defined by the green channel, you also have it defined by the blue channel here, because we are transitioning into a bull market. Then we fell out of the blue channel here. Wait, when was that? That was that was that dump in August of 23. And then this is where it should be, October 9th-ish, where we started our rally. Actually, really back in September, it was kind of obvious we were transitioning into a rally mode. So you can see here how we do interact with the blue channel. We're interacting with both channels. And here we made a shift. I added the orange channels, and since this date, since the beginning of the year 2024, you can see this more rapid move upwards here in these orange channels. And then I also introduced these fuchsia colored channels, which depict the steeper price action here. This is the rate that we move in our parabolic rallies. No, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. And often what's really, really neat is that you can clone this and drag it over, for example, to where we are at now, and I've widened it a little bit. This is where I expect price action to go right now over the course of Sunday and Monday. Now, why is that? When apparently I hear that a lot of other people are calling for this mega dump to 60, 50, 40, whatever. Those people, okay, there's a lot of influencers out there, and that's what they are. They're influencers. Do they do chart analysis? I guess so. But it's important to understand why why things are happening, why people are saying what they're saying. These people are trading. They want to put fear into the market so that they can make profits off of trades. They probably all sold up here and are hoping for this big dump. That's what I believe. At best, they are merely biased, heavily biased, and influenced themselves by social media and crap like that. It's just so, humans are stupid. And a lot of the people that you listen to on YouTube are stupid, myself included. So it's important to understand. Anyway, I'll get into that in a minute. So let's go zoomed in a little bit more over the orange channel history here since October. You can see the interaction with these orange channels. And what happens is you can stack these channels one on top of another because price moves up through them and moves into the next one. But you can clearly see how the tops and bottoms of the channel act as support and resistance, and the center lines as well. Sometimes you get little fake outs here, but really just put another channel below there. But actually, yeah, this really is kind of just a fake out here. So we come up here, you can see how we go sideways at the top of the channel here. I mean, just use your eyes and you can see the interaction with these channels here. Now currently, we've made it all the way up to this top channel and have been oscillating between traveling between the bottom of the channel and the center line. And then we've just been going up and up and up too much. I thought we would last another week here until this week, 21st. But I forgot all about the FOMC meeting, and if I had remembered that, I probably would have moved my date back over here because typically we kind of do go downwards into the FOMC meeting. Even though I don't think I don't personally care what anybody says at the FOMC. I don't think the FOMC meeting is going to tell me anything I don't already know about the market. So, anyway, again, people are stupid. Humans are stupid. So, what do we want to note about our current price action? We do want to note, I pointed out in the short, I made a short. I don't know if it showed up in your feed because it's in its own little category, but we have, and you can't even see it here on the 4 hour. We have a tiny little inverse head and shoulders pattern going on right here. So what we did, and it's important to understand why you get head and shoulders patterns. Head and shoulders patterns are simply movements in a channel here, like this and this and this. You could argue that that's a head and shoulders pattern. Well, it is. And they're not always clear, but they can indicate a reversal. And here we had a reversal from upwards into another channel going down this way. Now it's really sloppy here on the 4 hour. Maybe if I move to a 1 hour, it's less sloppy. So we've moved into this channel here. You can kind of see a shoulder there, a head here, and then I guess we're trying to form another shoulder here. Regardless, it can be a reversal pattern too. It's not that well defined here, but there's obviously a neckline. There's a neckline because that's the top of the channel that I don't have drawn here, but imagine a channel sloping downwards here. Now, this would be the point at which we reverse, somewhere around here. And the reason for that is that we are not, well, so far we are not coming down further here. We're holding support at this green line here, which is the top of our green parallel, one of our green parallel channels. So we are holding that as support, and thus far have not fallen through. And if we do continue to hold this as support, then I believe that we will reverse from this downwards sloping channel from 73-ish to 67, and then continue back upwards this way. And really what we're doing is just oscillating up and down here around a range. So I believe that this downward movement we've had over the past few days is enough to reset the oscillators on the RSI and the stochastic oscillator. Actually, the stochastic doesn't really need to be reset. It's at the bottom of its, on the daily time frame, is at the bottom, and it's ready to turn back up. The RSI has been in the overbought range and has, we'll look at it in just a second. And it's looking to, it's been a long time in the overbought range, and so it needs this correction. And there's also a lot of bearish divergence forming. But what's interesting is now I will switch. Well, let me go over what I think is going to happen. We're going to go up here to the top of this orange channel. Follow the fuchsia channel back to somewhere around the top of the orange channel, and then come back down into the FOMC meeting on Wednesday. So simply oscillate back up to retesting our just newly formed high at 73.5, and then back down probably to the bottom of the channel, maybe only to the mid section of the channel at 72, but somewhere either to 72 or 69.5 heading into the FOMC meeting. And this downwards action and this sideways action here is enough to kind of cool down the RSI indicator. So let's go switch to a daily. First, let's switch. Let's stay on the daily. And put our RSI on. Now let's see on this chart. Oh, I do. Maybe I do have a line drawn. Yeah, I do. Oh, that's an old line. Well, it doesn't matter because we've broken through our trend lines. I can actually erase that. Let's get rid of that. We've broken through all our trend lines that we had drawn here. Even this final one between these 2 points. But what's interesting is that on the daily here, let me pause. So on the daily here, we're forming a new low here, which is higher than our previous low back here, and even higher than our previous low back here, way back there somewhere. Anyway, regardless, however, our RSI indicator is lower. So this is bullish divergence and telling us that we are resetting and giving me further support for my not my diagnosis. What is my thesis? Whatever theory, my postulation, whatever, that we will. God, somebody give me a word. That we will continue up in this fuchsia colored channel and then back down into the FOMC meeting. Makes perfect sense to me. We will have given the RSI a reset. And still probably be below the this bull zone indicator line, whatever you call that. And it'll be nice and healthy. We can start another rally back up into the zone, which would, Yeah, that'd be nice to come back out here heading into the halving event. We'll see. We'll see what happens out there. But that's what I see happening on the near term. Bum. Let's pause and let me think. All right, so I'm going to point. We're back on. Oh, we're on the daily time frame now, and I do want to point out how we kind of went sideways and upwards here in December of 2023, and the RSI continued to go downwards. So in order to bring the RSI down, sideways action in price and even slightly upwards can bring that on. But I also want to note here that while we held the top of this green parallel channel as support, we did fall through here. And that's at the base of this orange channel. But then quickly came back up. Now that's about an 8% drop from the top of the green channel to that point there. So is that possible? Certainly is. And that would bring the RSI even further down. I don't think that that's necessarily good. And we are right on the edge here. So could we fall through there and come back down to the bottom of this channel to 63, 62, mid 62, 63? Certainly possible. But not down to like 50, 40 or whatever, or anything like that. That's just ridiculous with the amount of people like Michael Saylor and BlackRock and Mr. 100 and all these people that are absolutely buying up as much Bitcoin as they can to even consider that we would go. That's why I think that this is as far as we're going right here. Those numbers people are spewing out are absolutely ridiculous. So that's that. But I'm not calling for any huge pumpy moves. Well, the other thing is though, we do have to. Let me pause. So here we are looking at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. I have Model 2 turned on the 3-day here. And I'm using the symbol. I'm not using this pair. The pair separates for various exchanges. Wow, this is 24-hour on Binance. Look at all that bright yellow there. So see, this is telling me that people apparently feel safe right here. They don't think we're going down. So that's interesting to note. I hope they're right. This is on a 24-hour, looking at a 24-hour time frame. And the colors change. Well, the number that the colors represent changes depending on what time frame you're looking at. So that's why they get brighter and stuff. So this is telling me that a lot of people don't believe we're going lower than we're at right now, that green line is going to hold. Now, if they're wrong, then we could see a nice little dump down to 62.5, 63. On the other hand, if we now go upwards to 73.7-ish, these guys all up here are going to be in trouble. And you can see it better on the 3-day maybe. But like I said, these heat maps change all the time as people close trades and open trades and whatever. So see here, yeah. Yeah, so those people up here did get liquidated, the longs, and these guys down here would be in trouble. So I could see the whales, whoever is doing all these, causing all these liquidations, wanting to come down here and grab this liquidity, but on my phone I can't really tell how much is down there. Looks like there's a lot more up here. Now, I don't think we're going to move up that quickly up. Well, we could catch these guys off guard. And I don't know what that is at. Oh, look at it. It does show up here. That is nice. It wasn't doing that before. Yeah, so let's see. That's 72.5 right there. $120 million. It's not changing now. So I don't know. Huh. I don't know how I got that on there, and I don't know how to change it. Because I'm not using the app. Anyway, so it's glitchy, I guess. No, get off of there. I don't go away. Go away. We don't want you there anymore. Oh, I guess we can do this. There we go. So anyway, there's a lot of liquidity up here, which would be in trouble. A lot of leverage, I should say. Anyway, okay. Let's move on. Well, before we move on, I think the guys up here will be safe because I don't think we'll go past our new all-time high. These guys are in trouble though, right here, potentially. Now, could that cause a squeeze? Maybe, I don't know. I don't think that would be good to see a squeeze up like that. So I've switched to the 5-minute chart here and just checking back where we left off because we're right here borderline with this green parallel channel. Now here in the past we have come down and wicked as far down out of it to 65. Looks like 65, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. But as you can see, we didn't stay down there that long. This is on a 5-minute chart, mind you. And you can see that we pretty much held the green line here. Well, then we moved off of it. And now here we are currently having a really tough time holding this green line, I admit. And it looks like we're kind of losing here. Now keep in mind, yeah, there it goes. And when we lost that, we really lost it. So now, let's see what happens. This could just be a fake out. And what I think may be happening as well is that we're forming a symmetrical triangle heading into the FOMC meeting. That's a possibility too. So you can see that. So 65,555 is right there. We may come down as far as that. This could be a fake out here to get everybody in a panic. And then what's really going on, and I'll show you right here because I've seen this so many times before, is that we're forming a symmetrical triangle. I was looking at the triangle shape earlier that we're forming, and didn't look too symmetrical to me. This is a really weird shaped wedge. And so it didn't really make a lot of sense to me. Let's see what I want to do. Style, and I want to extend the right line, and that's that. And let's clone this guy. clone him and bring him up here and change him like that and see what we got going on here. That's not too symmetrical either. We're on a 5 minute. Let's go to an hourly. See, I can't really make a triangle. Can you? Nah. And what's of note here is that this line that I just drew is not even parallel to any of the other lines. I don't like that either. Yeah, see, we're still moving down more. Yeah, let's just delete these lines. I don't know what they're doing. But see, this isn't really... I'd think if this was wanted to dump, it would be moving quickly, like psh, 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 psh. And it's not. So I don't quite know what to make of this yet. And so yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Can't do nothing right now. Maybe this is just maybe it's, I mean, maybe all it is just a fake out. It's higher than this 65, so it's not. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Tune in next time to find out what happened. All right, like, subscribe. See you next time.